How about that? It's been about 6 months since you've heard that fantastic little guitar intro from yours truly, Scummalicious. As always, thank you for listening. It's taken a while, hasn't it, for me to come back? Uh, Taking over the internet wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. But you know what? The internet fucking sucks anyway. So, fuck the internet. Uh, I just want to talk about music, right? That's what I'm good at. Running my mouth, talking shit, uh, promoting the bands that I love, and ripping on the bands that I hate. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. And hopefully you enjoy it as much as I do. Yeah. And I don't know how many shows I'm going to do a week right now, for now. Uh, Maybe one or two over the weekend. And a lot of things going on personally. But once I get in the groove again, who knows? Maybe it's a show every day again. But for now, just on the weekends. And uh, I know you're as happy as I am. I know you miss this amazing voice coming through your speakers or your headphones, however you fucking listen to me. I know you've missed this voice. And I've missed you too, all 13 or 14 of you that listen to me. So what are we talking about today? Well, I made a little video. Speaking of the internet and that fucking YouTube and their stupid algorithm things that make no fucking sense to me. Basically, what it boils down to, if you're not real popular, you ain't getting anywhere on YouTube, okay? It's just like everything in life. Whatever's popular, that's what people want to watch. Reaction videos. I want to watch a guy react to a video that I've seen 1,000 times. Like, how does his face look when he's watching the same video that I am? That is so fascinating. Nah, it's really not. But you know what? Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. Headbangers and Hooligans, the podcast is back. That's all that matters. Let's get to it. We're talking my top 10 punk bands. The video, I just kind of wanted to go over it in detail. Why I picked those 10 and why I ranked them where I did. Let's have some fun with it, right? And next weekend, 2 shows planned. Top 10 heavy metal bands. Got to cover the headbangers too. It's just not about you hooligans, and your little wallet chain things and mohawks. We got to cover the headbangers too. And Jughead's Revenge, the band of the month for August. I love that band. Haven't really got to talk about them very much. And they just kind of came across my mind the other night. I was like, you know what? I've never really got into Jughead's Revenge that much. And I should have. So, next weekend, top 10 heavy metal bands from yours truly, Scummalicious, and Jughead's Revenge. I'll do like a top 10 songs or something like that. All right. So, the video. And I can tell it was a big hit because I went on there today and I seen it had like 5 views. So you guys are going crazy over it. Shocker. Anyway, number 10, I went with the Sex Pistols. Why? Because to me, they are the band that started punk. That's just my opinion. I'm not hating on the Ramones. I love the Ramones. I want to sniff some glue. I Beat the Brat. Blitzkrieg Bop. Bad Field Trip. Greatest garage band out of Iowa. Talked about them a lot, my band. We did that song. So, yes, I love the Ramones. But to me, nothing beats Johnny Rotten. That voice. There's never been a voice like that. Ever. And it's fucking amazing. Excuse me as I take a break. And yes, it hasn't changed. It's still Busch Light. But just watching the Sex Pistols perform in Texas, I've been watching a lot lately for some reason. I don't know why. It's mesmerizing. You know, you're talking what, 1976, 1977? The Sex Pistols. Where do you want to go tour? Where do you want to start this American tour? Well, let's go to fucking Texas. Where a bunch of guys in cowboy hats will just look at us like we're fucking retarded on stage. It's just amazing. How punk is that? But Johnny Rotten is he's just, there's nobody like him. That voice. I go on and on about it. Yeah, that's never changed. You know how I am about singers. I don't give a fuck if you've got, a voice like Mariah Carey. No one gives two shits about Mariah Carey. Well, except for whoever, some bitches in New York City maybe. No one cares, right? Like Johnny Rotten, he's got the attitude, and he's nasty, and he's pissed off. And another thing I noticed watching that, Sid Vicious is just, not that it's a big shock or anything. He can't play. We knew that. But his bass is completely turned down. And when he sings backup vocals, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. I'm sorry, Sid Vicious is, that he's got all the t-shirts and Sid Vicious, they made a fucking movie about him. He was a douchebag. Let's be honest. Okay. And I like Steve Jones too, but for me, the Sex Pistols, that's where it all started. So they're at number 10. Now, number 9 might be a little bit of a surprise. I went with Oscar. I know, only 2 albums. They had an EP. It was like a split EP with this band called Blindside that I've never fucking heard of before. And once again, it comes to the singer. And I've talked about him before in detail, right? Devin Williams. He was only like 18 or 19 at the time. He's writing fucking songs that like 30-year-old guys can't fucking write. He really was. But Treatment 5 and Idol Will Kill, they're my top 10. Remember? I did my top 50 albums of all time. I know you didn't forget. Just hard to beat those 2 albums. And he was so pissed off and nasty. I love the guitar. I love the drums. It's just, it was nice to hear a band that still had some anger and some fucking passion. We just don't get a lot of that anymore. And I did not say emotion. Because when you shorten up emotion, what do you get? You get the word fucking emo. And we are not going there today. Yeah, no emo. No emo. Okay? But yeah, Oscar. They brought it. And might have only been 2 albums. But like I said before, 2 of the best albums that I own. You'll have to excuse the weird noise in the background. I don't know what that is, but that's Iowa for you. We have weird noises, We have warehouses in the middle of nowhere in a cornfield. We have meth labs at cornfields too. That's just how we fucking roll. All right, number 8, The Queers. I won't Joe Queer at number 8. And listen, I saw The Queers in Chicago about 9 years ago. Great show, and I get it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, The Queers. So it's the Ramones, only they fucking cuss. Okay, that's fine. But, they got some other little elements in there. You got the Beach Boys a little bit, right? With the, the vocal harmonies. And they redid Don't Look Back, I just love their song titles. How about that? Sometimes that's all it takes. So why are they number 8? Well, when some of your songs are called, See You Later Fuckface, A Cunt's a Cunt, I Hate Your Fucking Guts. Yeah, you're in. You're pretty cool, Joe Queer. You don't beat around the bush. You get right to the fucking point. We need more people like that. And let's quit just being pansies, right? Let's quit being fucking snowflakes for a minute, right? And say what's on your fucking mind. Quit eating fucking vegetables, drink a beer, snort a line, and go get a stripper. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. Anyway, so the Queers, yeah, number 8. Now at number 7, the Buckster, he's out there on the road right now driving. He would have had this band probably as his number 1, I'm pretty sure, as far as punk bands go. I've got Rancid at number 7. Could have probably had him higher. I've been listening to him for 25 years. And you can say it all you want, and I've argued this till my face was fucking blue. Tim Armstrong, no one sounds like him. I don't care if you hate his fucking voice, because so many people have told me that. He can't fucking sing. Oh, yeah, and so what guy in punk is a beautiful singer, right? Tim Armstrong can't sing. Well, neither can the guy from The Offspring, but, everybody's fucking sucking on his nutsack. Dexter, or whatever the fuck his name is. And I don't hate The Offspring. I don't love them, but I don't hate them. But anyway, Tim Armstrong, he's a hell of a songwriter. I love Lars, always have. I like the way he plays guitar. Matt Freeman, you know how much I respect Matt Freeman as a bass player. Probably one of the best bass players on the fucking planet. And don't tell me just because he's in a punk band that he's not a great musician. That dude could go play in a blues band, probably play in a metal band if he wanted to. He's all over the fucking neck with his bass lines. That's part of what makes Rancid's music awesome, is Matt Freeman. Their music kind of has slowed down, like Let's Go. Holy shit. What a fast album that was. It almost feels like it was at light speed compared to a lot of their newer stuff. But that's okay. They slowed down a little bit. They still write great, catchy songs that stick in your fucking head, and they've been doing it forever, and they deserve your respect. And another thing that I love about Tim Armstrong, when have we ever heard of him? Rock Against Bush, punk, punkvoter.com, that Fat Mike shit. And I promise you, I'm not going to go on a rant about Fat Mike of NoFX. But let's just say I still have his cassettes, but I'm getting rid of those motherfuckers too, because I can't stand any of the shit that comes out of his mouth anymore. You do not hear Tim Armstrong talk about that shit, do you? No. You know why? Because he focuses on the fucking music. He doesn't tell people that he wants to strap on a dildo and get fucked in the ass by some bitch. Or whatever the fuck Fat Mike's into, that weird bondage shit that he's always talking about. Rock Against Bush. Just shut the fuck up. Sorry. I told you I wasn't going to do that, and then I go ahead and do it. It's been a while. You got to let me kind of get this shit out of my system, right? And that's part of the reason why I need to do this again. Because all this shit's been building up inside of me, right? And I have to let it out, or I'll explode. So, Rancid, number 7. At number 6, I went with Monkey Pop. Interesting choice here. East Coast hardcore band. I first heard Monkey Pop when I went to Atlanta in 1989 when I was 18. And I know I've told the story about going to school down there. I'd never visited. Saw the commercial on fucking MTV. Well, that sounds good. I think that's where I'll go to school. Gonna visit? No. How the fuck am I gonna get to Atlanta twice? Because, can only afford one plane ticket, not two. But anyway, so when I first heard him, I was like, and the first song I ever heard was Batman. Thought you were smart, bum bum, but a whore. Thinking Batman through the door instead of fucking that stupid slut. You got 8 inches up your butt. Batman. Danny Nastasi. Oh my God, Mexicali DVD, check it out on YouTube. The crunch that he gets out of his guitar is just fucking amazing. I love Danny Nastasi as a guitar player. You're like, okay, dude, you're talking about people on people's nut sacks. Listen to you. But the nut sacks that I'm on are cool nut sacks. There's a fucking difference. Anyway, I like Chris Milnes, the singer, his brother John on drums. That band, just the heaviness, it's East Coast hardcore punk, like I said before, a little bit different than the other bands that are on this list, but it's still punk, um, and they were doing it at a time before the punk thing even hit. Again, when Green Day and all that other shit became popular, and for a year straight, Boy in a Man's World and Act of Faith, those two albums, they never left my stereo. Just nonstop, those two cassettes. Yep, that word cassette. I was going to fucking work that word in here, didn't you? That's how I roll. So, quick recap. And like I said, I know you already know this because I know you watched the video. Like I said, at least 8 of you for sure watched the video. But number 10, Sex Pistols. Number 9, Oscar. Number 8, The Queers. Number 7, Rancid. And number 6, Mucky Pup. Number 5, Guttermouth. And why are they number 5? For one reason and one reason only. Mark Atkins, the lead singer. I say this a lot too. Oderus Urungus of War was my dad. And then Mark Atkins is my stepdad. And he's like, I don't know, about 7 years older than me. So, yeah, which is really weird when I think about it because that means when him and mom, got together, she really liked him young, I guess, anyway. But it's so nice to have a guy that still has that old school mentality. He doesn't give a fuck. And I get it. Guttermouth has had 15,000 different lineups, but I don't care. In their last 2 EPs, and I reviewed both of them, were fucking awesome. They still get after it. And the lyrics are always so offensive to somebody. I just love it. Does it on purpose, And you watch the videos on YouTube, he gets dragged off stage for talking shit. Of course, the people in the crowd, yeah, you can't talk shit here, motherfucker. Oh, shut up. Whatever. Fuck you. So what? He got dragged off the stage by 3 or 4 bouncers that weigh 300 fucking pounds. Good for them. You say whatever the fuck you want to say, Mark, because I love it. And fuck My Chemical Romance and all those other bands that were bitches back in the day because they couldn't take a fucking joke when he was making fun of them wearing makeup and, not drinking and partying. They're drinking water, being healthy and all that fucking shit. Thank you, Mark. Guttermouth. That's why they're number 5. Mark Atkins. It's that simple. Number 4, Nerf Herder. I love me some Nerf Herder. Had a couple people tell me that I sound like Perry Grip when I sing. That's a fucking gigantic compliment to me. Who wouldn't want to sound like Perry Grip? You gotta fight, fight, fight for your right to masturbate. Right? I was thinking of you while I jerked off into my sock last night. I was thinking of you while I jerked off into my sock. See, I don't think I really sound like him. But, hey, if you want to tell me I sound like him, fuck, I'll take it. But I just don't know how you cannot love Nerf Herder. I know, simple songs. Isn't that the whole idea of punk rock, though? Is not to play 20,000 fucking notes a second, right? Great songwriting. I love it, Singing about being an outsider and beating off a lot. in the 80s. Yeah, fuck, I'm in. You got me hooked. Yeah, Nerf Herder, number 4. Easy choice. 3 left. And I already know that you know who number 1 is. I mean, it's kind of probably gotten sickening to this point. You're like, how many times are you going to find a way to talk about that fucking band? Well, I guess however many fucking times I want to, right? And this is what I always say. If you don't like my list, then come up with your own fucking list. I might hate on it, but that's okay. We'll call it Podcast Wars. Anyway, number 3 is Strung Out. I love me some Strung Out. We know about Jordan Burns not being in the band anymore, which fucking feels weird to me, big time. But, yeah, Jordan fucking Burns, man. I just was an amazing drummer. I just can't believe he's gone. But Jason Cruz, Jake Kiley, Rob Ramos on guitar, Chris Aiken on bass, and the new drummer who I've already forgot his fucking name. It doesn't matter at this point. That's a real band right there. We all know it. They're not just a punk band. Because they can play. Their cover of Bark at the Moon is one of the best covers I've ever heard. And they fucking just absolutely slay that song. And anyone that thinks that they don't can go eat a big bag of shit. Because I'm telling the truth. And they go kind of hand in hand with the number 1 band. They just do. And I wanted to put them at number 2. I really did. But I couldn't. And the reason why is because number 2, and you know this, the Bouncing Souls are tattooed on my fucking arm. I can't have the Bouncing Souls at number 3. And then you're probably thinking, well, why aren't they fucking number 1? Well, they probably should be. They're like 1A, okay? That's how fucking close it was. And think about all the bands that I left off. This was tough for me. No Jughead's Revenge, no 30-Foot Fall, no Gob, no Bomb Pops. A lot of fucking bands I love. The Vandals, they're left off there. So it's not fucking easy. But it's what I do. I put pressure on myself to deliver good content. Wow, listen to that line of bullshit. After taking a break, come up with a lot of new stuff, new lines that sound cool to me. Maybe not to you, but in my head they're kind of cool. But the Bouncing Souls, I met them. Sorry about my phone. Ladies, I'm busy. Oh, the chicks. Chicks dig me sometimes. Anyway, so nice when I met them. Got my picture taken with them. They're tattooed on my arm. And I'm sorry, I loved the new Simplicity. I love that album. It's Up to Us Now. I love that song. All of our heroes are dying. It's up to us now. They've been around forever, like most of these bands that I love. And Greg's an amazing singer, I think. The new drummer, George, I like him. Brian, the bass player, is just a fucking cool dude for drawing the pictures on my shirt. Pete on guitar. They're just awesome band because they're so nice. They're like guys you'd walk down the street, you'd see them. Hey, what's up, man? What are you doing? Oh, I'm getting ready to go to work. Oh, me too. We're at the warehouse. Oh, so am I. What are you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna pick orders. And you're like, oh, cool. I'm gonna load trucks. That's what kind of guys they are. You think about it. So yeah, the Bouncing Souls at number 2, and of course we know who fucking number 1 is. And I know people are getting sick of me talking about them, but I don't care. I'm gonna talk about them till I said blue in the face before, right? Till you're fucking purple in the face. How about that? Purple's way worse than blue. Anyway, Pulley. Is it? What is left to say at this point? I think Scott Rudinski is an amazing singer, right? I loved No Change in the Weather, the newest album that they put out in 2016. Working Class Whore, that's my theme song off their third album. I mean, that's one of the greatest songs ever written. Steam Driven Engine, my number one album of all time. You know? Just a great band. I love their discography, all their fucking music. I mean, there was just, I mean, it was a given. They're going to be number one. But I'm telling you, not easy to rank these bands from 10 to 1, but I did the best I could, I thought. And I really feel good about it. These are the 10 bands that I still go back to today and listen to 3 or 4 times a week. That's how important they are to me. And I know everybody has their own list too. Like I said, I joke about it. But everybody has those bands and that maybe nobody loves like you do. But that's okay. Because it's good to have those bands that maybe a few people know about, but not too many people. Right? Isn't that fucking weird? You're like, I love this band. And I want you to like them, but don't like them too much because they're my fucking band. I discovered them. And I don't want too many people discovering them. Something like that. Anyway, so, there you go. That felt pretty good. Kind of got it out of my system. Not bad. And I apologize. There's a few little pauses and mistakes in there. I'm a bit rusty. It's been 6 months. But for the most part, felt pretty good about it. And like I said, 2 shows coming next weekend. So I'm going to end it like I always have before. Take it easy. And if it's easy, take it twice, my friends.